Hello everybody and welcome to Pravus Gaming. Let's try a new game for the channel called Dawn of Man. It is a prehistoric settlement builder that's actually been released for about a year now, but I have been receiving requests over the last few months to give it a shot. And yes, I do check the suggestions tab on Discord, that's where I got this idea. So I've been playing around with this for the last couple of days, and guys, you might have picked a winner because I find this game both very fun and also fascinating for reasons I am excited to show for you today. By the way, can I just say that I love this introduction screen. Just the silhouettes here, it's so satisfying for reasons I can't quite put my finger on, but I like it a lot. Anyway, I like this game, I wanted to show it off for you guys today, and if you guys are interested, then maybe we can do more series of this in the future. I'm going to be playing on Continental Dawn. This is a very temperate map, not particularly harsh, but a very good introduction into the game nonetheless. Now let's see, we have different starting locations we can play with. The lake valley, the merging streams, the forest river. Let's play on the river fork. I think this one should be fun. Haven't tried this yet before. And let's name our settlement. Now what should we name it? Well, let's see. This is about 12,000 years ago, starting in the Paleolithic era. I'm sure back then they only spoke in grunts and hand gestures, right? It's probably not true. They actually probably had some sort of a rudimentary language already being developed. But even so, I'm going to go with it, and we're going to call this the village of Gruntings, because I like the name. One of the things that's really cool about this game, guys, is it naturally tracks the progression of very early human civilization, right? At the beginning of the game, we're very much a hunter-gatherer society, trying to hunt down animals and scratch a living out from the rocks, like literally. But as we develop new technology and new understanding, we are going to be moving away from hunter-gathering and start doing farming and start developing metal casting, etc. Like, it really is a very fascinating game, just watching how your playstyle naturally changes as you expand human understanding. Really, really cool. All right, at the beginning of the game, we have, it looks like 7 population and 2 tents to house them. We have a crafter, which is good for making our tools, and a pile for wood. Also a hearth, so we can cook food if we want to, but also a good place for socializing and keeping people nice and warm. Now let's take a look at the map. I haven't done this one before, so I want to get my bearings. Some early game resources we are going to need include sticks. See quite a few down here. So we'll need sticks in order to build some basic structure and also some basic tools. Now I could click on the sticks and individually gather them, but that's a very tedious thing to do. So instead, I'm going to click on the work area, and we're going to just place a zone right here and assign, let's say, 2 more people, so 3 in total, to work on gathering sticks until this place is depleted, if it ever is. So that should be nice. We'll have people go work on that. Another resource I know I will need is flint. Now let's see. I see some flint over there. I see some more flint. I see 2 flint piles right here, actually. This is convenient. Let's start by gathering the flint over here so we don't have to swim across the river, because that can get a little irritating. But yes, we'll need flint for some early game tools as well. All right, so we'll have them gather all of that. I also need a source of food. Now, we can go fishing, and fishing is good. Set this up over here into these different zones, for example, have people go fish, gather up food, bring it back. That's a good way to get some early game food. However, note that the rivers gradually lose the fish population. It'll have to regenerate over time, so you might find yourself overfishing in these zones and then have no food source for a little while until it regenerates. So the other thing we could do is go hunting, and hunting in the early game is certainly very important. Now, to find an animal that you want to kill, the easiest thing to do is to go into Primal Vision, or just hit the tab button. Whoosh. And this gives us a lot of important information about the map. First off, it highlights various different mineral deposits like flint right here, so that's good. Also in the future, things like tin or copper, etc. It also highlights food-producing plants. So over here, for example, we have service trees, blackberries, strawberries, chestnuts, etc. We can gather some food from here during the summer only. Obviously not going to produce a lot of food during the winter. But also we can find various animals. So let's see, right over here we have an ancient bison. Now this guy is colored orange because he's dangerous. An adult male healthy bison can absolutely kill some of our hunters if they don't have the right tools. So this could be a bit dangerous, as opposed to an ibex over here, which is probably never going to fight back. So if we want to hunt down the ibex, we can probably get a good amount of food out of this. We'll get some meat that we can cook and eat. We also will get some bones, which eventually we can turn into tools, and we'll get some very much needed raw hides. These hides will be turned into various forms of leather, which can be made into clothes or other types of tools. I do want to hunt the ibex, but I also kind of want to hunt the bison and stuff. Let's start by just saying I'm going to hunt the ibex, and we'll automatically task a couple people to go and hunt it down. Whoever has hunting tools, spears, and so on. So they'll go do that and then bring things back. But eventually what I will want to do is gather up a good hunting party and manually go hunt down dangerous big prey like the bison. You don't want to send like 1 or 2 people to do it on their own. That can get you killed, especially if you're trying to kill something like, I don't know, a mammoth. Mammoths can absolutely obliterate you. So be careful with that. But these 2 guys are going to go hunt down the ibex. The ibex might try to run away, but they'll try sneaking up on this. So if you watch right now, actually, go to camera mode here. They're sneaking up on their prey. It has no idea what's coming. And spear! Spear! And it's dead. All right. Now, these guys will automatically go and gather the resource sometimes. But if they go and hunt a bunch of things and go on a killing spree, don't worry about leaving the bodies out here. It's fine. More villagers from your town will automatically go and gather up the resources, so you don't have to have your hunters drop what they're doing and go and butcher the creature right away. That's kind of okay. It's not a big deal. Now, one thing to notice down here in the bottom left is we just got to notice that we got some knowledge for hunting our first ever ibex. Now, this is how you're going to progress technologically in the game. So let's go look at knowledge right here. This is a kind of tech tree. And as we do new things or become more skilled at things we already know how to do, for example, hunting multiple ibexes, then we will gain knowledge points. Knowledge points can be used for different types of tech. So, for example, bone tools or slings, know how to cure meats, domesticate dogs, tan hides, start developing our religion, etc. These are all very, very important, and I want to get as much knowledge as possible. Again, a very easy way to do that is to gather a resource or hunt something for the first time. Killing our first ibex would give us a knowledge point. Killing our first bison would also give us a knowledge point. After that, if we killed 5 ibexes, we get more knowledge, then 10, then like 50, then 100, or something like that. So repetitive tasks can get you something, new achievements can give you knowledge. All that is quite good. As we gather up sticks, we'll get knowledge. As we gather up berries, we'll get knowledge, etc., etc. So it's a natural progression for the game. Now, let's see. We need a couple of different structures. First off, let's take a look at our crafter and make sure we're getting some tools. So tools are important for us, obviously. The more tools you have and the right tool for the job means your people will be far more efficient at what they're doing. So, for example, we can turn flint into a biface, which is a general-purpose cutting tool. It is good for butchering, harvesting, and fighting. Or rather, it's 1 out of 4 stars. It's acceptable. We'll do it. Now, I can click on this once, and that will queue up a job to make a biface. Or I can right-click on it and say, whenever we have the available flint and we have not reached the limit for how many bifaces we want, just go ahead and produce them. And that seems fine with me. We'll do the same with our wooden spears for hunting and our wooden harpoons for fishing. Now, it's important to know, if you do not have a proper limit set for your tools, they'll just keep making it forever, and all of a sudden you have a ton of bifaces but no flint for anything else. So let's take a look at the management tool here, and we can set our limits for different types of resources. You can see there are a lot of them, to make sure we are producing a healthy amount, but not going too crazy on one thing at a time. So for example, I'd like to have at least 20 sticks in my wood pile, and maybe up to like 20 flint. But after that, I want them to stop gathering these materials and go work on something else if we have the capacity. That seems reasonable. Same thing down here with tools. I want everyone to be able to have spears. Knives are fine. I don't need to worry about axes. Fishing tools, not everyone is going to be fishing. We only need a couple of dedicated people for that, so 50% is perfectly reasonable. We don't have a lot of other tools unlocked at the moment, so I'm not worried about this. But this is a very important tool. I'm also going to say we want to have 125% of our current population for clothing. This way we'll have some spares, and if new people join the colony, we will have clothing available for them even during the winter. All right, so all that's going to be done. We are automatically producing skins outfit whenever we have the chance. Now, that does not work with just raw skins. We need to dry this skin out into something usable. So I'm going to go to production here, and we're going to set out a couple of skins dryers. These take 4 sticks each, so we'll need sticks in order to do this. But turning this into good soft leather, good dry skin, very important resource. We will be using it for pretty much everything in the early game. And even if we don't need to hunt for meat, hunting for skins is a very viable thing to do in the early game. By the way, let's go ahead and take a look at our primal vision and see if any other unfortunate creatures are nearby. Well, there are a whole mess of boars. Boars are not particularly dangerous, very easy for me to kill. There's also a bunch of mammoths over here. We should take a look at these guys. You can see they are extremely dangerous. These guys will go extinct at some point in the game, so I want to make sure we've killed at least a couple to get some knowledge points in the game. But if we get enough hunters together with good tools, we can take out a mammoth without dying. Hopefully, I think. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, yes, all right, so we're just going to go ahead and have these guys continue gathering up these resources. As much as I want to hunt the pigs, I need more basic resources first. There's the skins dryer. You can see that because we built it for the first time ever, we also gained a knowledge point. As we continue to build more, we will get even more knowledge. So now we're going to take the raw skin, and we're just going to set it out on the skins dryer, and gradually it will be drying out and turning into something usable for me. So that's why I like this. We also just got some knowledge for gathering sticks, 10 of them. So now we have a little bit better understanding of how to gather sticks, I guess. I don't know. It's fine. Shut up. Let's go ahead and build up another tent. I do want to make sure we have plenty of residences going around because if you have a happy populace and a lot of prestige due to good technology and so on, more people might want to join your colony eventually, and having a good population is certainly helpful. It's more labor to go around and gather up more resources. So I want to do all of that. Let's go ahead and set up a work area to harvest some local plants and stuff, by the way. I did see that there were quite a few plants over here, and since we're about to go into summertime, I think that's the only time you can harvest this stuff, and I want to make sure we use that as a good food source just to get me through the winter. Now, speaking of getting through the winter, your food, if not properly stored, can eventually spoil. You can actually see that we've run out of storage over here, so we need to be careful with that. One thing we can do is research the technology, once I have enough knowledge points, for food drying, and that's going to cure fish and meat, so it lasts a lot longer during the winter season. But I am going to go ahead and build up this tent here. We actually just got some more knowledge for flint, so that's good. I want to build up a storage area. We need a storage tent. Now, a storage tent, I want to place it intelligently close to where we are producing our skins and our tools. Right here should be fine. That's going to take a lot more soft leather that I currently don't have, but we will eventually, and 8 more sticks. So, okay, that seems perfectly fine. But let's make sure we have these tents. I want to make sure everyone is able to have a house. And I also want to just entice more people to join so I have more labor. Notice again, by the way, that they're just building all this structure from scratch. Like, it's really satisfying to watch. There's so many extra animation steps in how they build this stuff. It looks very realistic. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. And the animations on these guys are solid too. Except for when they walk through each other, I guess. I don't know, but that's fine. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool, man. There's a lot of good details in this game. It's honestly, it gives me a lot of, like, Banished vibes, but maybe slightly better. I like the era. I like the concept behind this. You don't usually see something like that. All right, we still need more sticks, and we still need a couple more skins and stuff. Now they're going to go over here and just cook up some food so that they can eat. That's fine. Over time, we want them to gather up a lot more of this. What's over here? We see a lot of, it looks like more ibexes. No, these are mouflons, or whatever you call them. Okay. Well, they're traveling as a herd, but they should be fairly easy for me to kill. I'll go ahead and target something to hunt, especially something that's getting relatively close, if possible. These guys are going to go out and try to hunt it themselves. That's fine. Again, gain those knowledge points for hunting a creature for the first time. Because if I can get to 5, I can start curing the meats, and I definitely want that. We're trying to chase it down, but it's a little fast booger, but we still managed to get him. So that is going to be some bones, some more raw skins, and some raw meat for me. All right, so now we can go ahead and use our knowledge to develop something for the first time. I'm going to go for the food drying, so that we are able to dry out our food and keep it for the very harsh winters. Let's go to production, and I'm going to grab our food dryer, and we're going to rotate this around and place it relatively close to where I want to place my storage. Just because, again, minimizing your walking time and stuff, it's the same as any colony management game. You want to have things relatively compact. Kind of important. We need to hunt some more stuff for skins. I'm going to tell you guys just go and hunt these guys, all of them. There's a bunch really nearby. If you can get some spears together, go hunt, dang it. Go and get them skins. Okay? Oh, don't. You guys just gave up there, huh? Okay. We have no fuel because I've used up all my sticks. Well, that's why we're gathering sticks, so don't worry about it. Don't you worry a thing. Okay, drying out some more of those skins. Good. They are now coming after these guys, trying to hunt them down, but they are getting away from me. Got one of them. Okay. And let's try to hunt these guys again. I'm going to tell you guys to actually work together to hunt these guys while they're close. I think he might be getting a little too far away. Never mind. Don't worry about that. Just go gather up all the meat. I think those guys are a lost cause. They have gotten a little further away than I'm willing to chase them down. Now, each of your citizens does have several different stats that you need to manage. There's their health, their nutrition, hydration, temperature, stamina, rest, and morale. Over time, a lot of these will be going down. They'll need to sleep, they'll need to eat, they'll need to drink from the river. They want to have high morale and good spirituality, etc. But if you have them go chasing things all around the map, that's a pretty good way to make them lose stamina and get really slow and possibly die. By the way, we just achieved a milestone called Hunting and Gathering, which is worth a couple of extra knowledge points, and it gives you a little screenshot to just kind of show your progress. As time goes on, we'll accomplish more of these milestones, and it's kind of fun to just watch how the colony has been building up over time. Again, very satisfying for me. Very satisfying indeed. All right, please build this food dryer. It takes 10 sticks to make this work, though, so we need a lot more sticks. My current capacity, though, is 9, so we might see 2 more people join up with the village eventually, but certainly not until we have more prestige and more technology and so on. So please finish this up. Any day now. I do see a couple of dried skins. Can we finish up the storage tent? Yes, we can. This is good for storing up our food and so on. Again, just watching the different animation steps. They didn't have to do this, the developers, but it's good. It's realistic. It's satisfying to watch this stuff happen. I like it a lot. I don't know. It's just the little things that make me kind of geek out here. First time we've built it translates into more knowledge for me. Hooray! I like that a lot. All right, let's just keep gathering up basic resources. Keep doing what we're doing. Let's see. For work areas, is there anything else I want to do right now? I'm not worried about setting up a hunt zone. I usually just kind of control that manually when we get the chance. I do think I want to kill that bison. He's just been kind of hanging around over there. Let's finish this up first, but then I'm going to say I want to gather you guys up. Now, let's hold down the H key and gather this. You can see it's only highlighting people who actually have spears so that they can go hunting. Now I'm going to manually tell all 4 of them to go over here because I want to have 4 people hunt this because it is a dangerous prey likely to fight back. All right, so I'm going to tell all of you guys now to attack it. Here it comes, charging right after me. All right, so watch these guys' health. They will be getting hurt. With 4 of you attacking, you guys should be completely fine. Now we've killed our first bison, we get some knowledge, and it's a pretty good animal with lots of skin, lots of bone, lots of meat. All of these are good things. And this guy decided to just grab some berries off the bush. How very resourceful of you. I like that. All right, we've now got some more raw skin. We've got the bison done. We have 8 knowledge points. Let's go for something new. I think I will take the bone tools, because now I can go to my crafter and say, instead of producing a wooden spear, I want you to be producing bone spears. Let's take our bone and turn them into more useful tools. You can see it is even better at hunting and at fighting, which means we can take on larger prey safely. Also, instead of wooden harpoons, we should be doing bone harpoons. So let's stop using up those sticks we need for building and start using those useless bones for better tools so we'll be better at our jobs. Makes sense? Is this game, you guys getting the idea here? I think you're getting the idea here. It's a pretty straightforward game to understand conceptually, but it gets a lot harder as time goes on. Look at all those piggies! I think we should go on a massive hunting spree here. We got enough storage space to make this work, right? Hold down H, select these 3 guys. I'm going to have them walk over here, and we're going to go for a hunting spree. I'm not going to worry about leaving some meat on the ground. It's fine. Let's just have you all get over here and sneak up on him and kill. Pew, pew, pew! Come on! Don't let him get away. There we go. Can you guys hunt down this ibex as well? I mean, we have to swim across to make it work, but there we go. Okay, that's a couple more animals for me. And then let's have you guys get over here and kill another boar. It's surprising that the boars are not really much of a threat. I mean, I know that they're like prehistoric and stuff. I still think that prehistoric boars sound scary, but there you go. Anyway, that's 3 animals dead, and people will automatically go and gather up the resources, so I'm not worried about these hunters. Mammoths, fortunately, are not aggressive, but not all animals are passive. Some will kill you. So there are cave lions, or hyenas, or bears, or wolves, and every once in a while they will attack you and you want to take them out. If you have people who are really far from the group and no one else can come to their defense and they don't have spears for themselves, well then, very good chance you've just lost a colonist, and that would suck. Note, by the way, over here, we have set up some fish and some raw meat to cure. This actually has cured already, so this will last. I'll just take it over into storage eventually. But there we go. So we're making our food last for winter. Very, very important thing for us to do. I did not mean to look at that just now. That's fine. We can set up a bunch of different UI charts over here, by the way. If we go to, let's say, general, we can see how many pops we have over here, but I already got that, so I'm not worried about it. We can also set it to different types of resources, or grouped resources, or transport, sledges, carts, rolling megaliths, etc., animals. I'm not going to worry about anything over here, but I will set up a quick defense tool so that if I need to, I can quickly sound the alarm so that everyone grabs a weapon to defend themselves. Let's say a bear attacks. I want to be able to click the button very quickly if I need to. All right, seems reasonable enough to me. Okay, how are we doing over here? We've managed to harvest about everything. There's a little piggy that's just wandering around over here. Not sure I feel like chasing that down at the moment. We could try to kill a mammoth. I don't think that that's a good decision at this stage of the game. It sounds like a fun decision, but it also sounds like a stupid decision, so we're not going to do that. But since we have a lot of meat sitting around, I am going to go ahead and build up another food dryer, and we'll just place it right over here, I guess. That's fine. Again, close to the storage tent just to minimize how much walking around has to be done. I will say we want to have our crafting a high priority, so whenever we have the resources around and we have not hit our limit for various types of tools, so for example our spears, go ahead and start producing them to make sure that we have a surplus. Now, we just had a trader arrive. Traders do come by periodically so they can trade their goods. You can see that this guy will sell either some leather or bones or maybe some dry fish, etc., in exchange for something from me. As long as we have an equivalent trade value or I am giving him more than his stuff is worth, he's willing to accept the trade. Now, there is something here called a commission, which is basically how much extra trade value it's going to cost. Like, let's say this costs 5, but because he has a high trade commission, it actually costs 8. So he's expensive. We don't really want to trade with this guy. He's just not worth it to me. But every once in a while, traders will come by with stuff that is actually very, very helpful. So always pay attention to your traders. Heck, every once in a while, they'll come by with new technology you've never seen before. And that can actually be very, very helpful. So we like that. Resources have decayed. Some berries. We didn't eat those fast enough. That's probably fine. We are in fall right now. Pretty soon we will be hitting up winter. But I think we've got enough food at the start of the game that we're going to be just fine. We also have enough skins in order to make clothing for everyone. So we'll be pretty warm. And yeah, within this much food, this much cured meat, we're okay. I'm not worried about this first winter. We should be able to survive it just fine and dandy. I do see a couple more ibex rams that would be easy for me to kill. Can we grab a couple of hunters and try to go get those right now? Because I would like to kill them. Now, eventually, young animals will be able to domesticate and tame, but that's a ways down the tree. We'll just sneak up on this thing. Oh, we killed him. All right, let's go kill this one, and we killed it. Perfect. All right. We've hunted some more mouflons. That's 5 dead, which means we get 1 more knowledge, which means I can buy some new tech. What do I want? Well, we could go for the composite tools. Composite tools will let you learn how to make things like flint, weapons, and so on. Could be useful, not necessary at the start of the game. Slings can be good for defensive weapons and good for hunting as well, but I think we're okay with our current bone tools. Dog domestication, now that could be kind of fun. That lets us train wolves, or just eventually dogs will just kind of wander into the camp and we'll get new pets. Tanning for better leather, maybe, or spirituality. I think we might go for... I think we might go for the spirituality. Just because that gives our people a way to recharge their morale if it is going low. Now, right now, we're okay. We have not been overworking our people and exhausting them, but eventually we will be. So let's go ahead and place down a spiritual skull pole, because that just inspires loyalty like nothing else. There you go, place it right here. Very gross, but... they'll build this, and whenever their morale is getting kind of low, they'll just walk over here, and they'll just start praying to their ancestors or whatever it's going to be, and they'll get their morale right back. Now, I think that these buildings have, like a cooldown to them. They can only have so many people use them at a time. So if we find ourselves having a lot of trouble with morale, we might need to place down a lot more spiritual buildings. But at least it's here. If you guys need it, you'll be doing just fine. Probably could have gone for some tools and stuff since we weren't having a lot of issues, but there we go. This person actually was kind of low on morale. If any one of their stats gets very low, they become slower at everything they do. Food and water, pretty easy for us to fix. Without having this, though, morale, not so easy. We did get some more knowledge for carrying a bunch of meat, so that's good. Again, just repetitive tasks will get you a pretty long way. We are officially in winter now, so this is important. Make sure that we have enough clothing to go around, which we do. We have 9 skin outfits for 7 people. And we have enough food. We have 14 cured meat and 2 dried fish. Honestly, I think that is going to be completely fine. Let's take a look at our water zones here. You can see we actually have finished fishing most of the fish out of this area until they have regenerated. So we probably should go ahead and set up some new fishing work areas further down, just so that they have some place to go if they need to continue fishing. Because I want to have a steady stream of food coming in. That does seem kind of important to me. Hello, a bunch of animals just waiting to die. Let's grab some hunters. Oh, none of these guys have spears. All right, no hunters currently available. I'm surprised. No hunters at all? Are we not producing any of these bone spears? We have plenty of bones. I don't see any reason for you not to have that. Okay, well, apparently we don't have any hunters. There we go. Now we have a couple. Can we go and hunt down some more? Let's go get some more mouflons or whatever they're called. Actually, this guy's straight from the pack. He'll be an easy target. Let's go kill him. Obviously, they run away when they see humans attacking and stuff. Oh, okay, we got that one. Can you guys get this one? Yep, we can get that. All right, 2 more animals dead. Easy enough for me. That's a little bit more meat, a little bit more skins. I mostly am hunting for skins. Skins are a very important bottleneck at the beginning of the game. We did get 10 raw fish, so now we're up to 3 more knowledge. Almost ready for the next round of technology. Not too sure what I will want to get at the beginning of the game. We probably can go ahead and place down some more tents and stuff, though. Again, just increasing our residential capacity with the hope that someday people might want to join me. So let's rotate this around and place one right here, for example. And then maybe I'll build another one. We'll just have a bunch right along here. Okay, I like that. So we'll have a couple more tents built up. lots more capacity. I think it's like once per year on average or so people will come and join. So I want to have a lot of capacity because we've got plenty of food. We're doing fine. That is not an issue. Obviously, overpopulating too quickly can become a huge problem. Then all of a sudden, you're really doomed. Do we not have any sound, by the way? No, there's just no music playing right now. Huh. Where are the options menus? Game menu. Resume, save, quit. That's a weird little detail. It does seem like there's no music to go around for some reason. Okay, well, I mean, you know, it's just a quiet game. It was very quiet in the past. That's just how it was. Didn't you guys know? You guys should have known. I know those things. As we develop some more technology, of course, we will have access to new work areas and stuff. We'll be able to start chopping down trees using proper axes, gathering water, tannins, mud, mining various different ores, and so on. That's helpful. Storm is going on. Sometimes your people get struck by lightning. That does happen. It's only happened to me once, though. I would imagine that storms are capable of destroying your buildings. I've never really seen that happen, but it can happen. Now, note, because we built 5 tents, now we gain some extra knowledge, and I can go ahead and spend that. So what do I want? Probably can go ahead and work on the composite tools, so we can use our flint to turn it into something more useful. Now, let's see. A bone spear has the same stats as a flint spear, so I don't really see a reason to use the flint for a tool that's just as good when bones don't really have a lot of uses anyway. However, making flint axes and picks, now that makes a lot of sense for me. So I'll go ahead and say let's go ahead and always produce those whenever it's available. So we'll have tools, and that will open up some new resources for me if I so desire. So for example, now we'll be able to chop down some trees. Now, logs, not especially important at the beginning of the game. Sticks, more important, but eventually, once we have access to things like farming and we want to set down some palisade walls, we're going to want to deforest a lot of this area. Let's go ahead and do some more hunting if at all possible. I do see some donkeys. Actually, you know what? Forget these guys. Donkeys, let's hunt all of these if possible. Because again, if I can hunt 5 of them, or even just 1, I will get access to some much more needed knowledge. 1 person joined the settlement. That is pathetic. Usually I have more than that. We had a lot of capacity. Oh, there we go. Another person was born. Well, a new child isn't particularly helpful, but children do things on occasion. They can gather up some very simple resources, sticks and so on, so children aren't the worst thing, as opposed to some games, which is just like, children are worthless. Not here. We've hunted some donkeys. We get more knowledge. A few donkeys were able to escape from our hunters. I don't see why, though. It seems to me that these guys are still very much killable. You guys should go get them. What are you guys doing? But we got some more knowledge for that. You also get knowledge every time you survive a winter, so it's kind of a way of passively gaining some more knowledge just by playing the game. Now, right now, everyone is overworked right now, so their morale will be ticking down quite a bit. I have a few too many jobs currently assigned, including hunting and so on, but I want to make sure we have more meat drying, you know? I need more skins drying. We have wasted opportunity right here. Freaking heck, let's just go get it. Until we get more people, it's going to be a little bit difficult for me to know what else to get, though. I guess we could set up a couple more skin dryers. I will do that because I know I need a lot of these. More donkeys have escaped. That's probably fine. I will set up a total of 5 right now. Not because I need 5, but because getting 5 is going to get me more knowledge. And it's only at the cost of sticks, and at the moment, I don't have a lot better to do until more people join the colony. Now, as you saw, people do... Oh, we actually get knowledge for building 3, not 5? Oh, that's different. As you saw, people can reproduce and produce more babies and stuff. So eventually, once our population is already pretty high, we might see ourselves getting a lot of births, and that'll be a new thing we have to worry about as far as maintaining our population controls. But in the very early game, the only way to really increase your population is to have people voluntarily join your colony, and that's where you're going to need to have lots of prestige, lots of happy people, reasons for people to join, right? That kind of thing. All right, we've run out of flint. So did we already use up this entire area? See the mammoths. I don't see any flint. It looks like we used up the rest of the pile and I didn't notice. So let's add in a new work area right over here. Where'd that work area go? Click on this. I'm going to have, let's say, 2 people assigned to this. Let's gather up some flints because right now I can't make any more tools until we get that. Another trader has arrived. This one also has a high commission value. But note that they can sell some tanning technology. Buying technology is always very expensive, but it also means you don't have to wait on knowledge points. So this is actually really substantial to get. Now, I'm not thrilled about getting something from someone who has such a high commission. Like, he would actually charge me 150. So I could sell off a bunch of my tools, but that right now is a little bit too steep. I can't really afford that. So we're going to have to say no to him, but I'm always keeping an eye out with these traders, especially if they have a low commission, to see if I can buy some technology and bypass the need for knowledge points, because they are a finite resource in the game. There are only so many things you really can learn how to do. So you want to be sparing with those if at all possible. These mammoths are just begging for me to kill them right now, aren't they? I think that they are, but I'm not going to. As tempting as it may be, it will get me killed. It's a terrible, terrible idea. Do we have any other hunters I can use, though? Yes. Wait, I think I forgot. Hold down. Why does nobody have spears? You're supposed to all have spears. That's the whole point. I did say specifically, 100% limit. We're not out of bones, so what's your excuse exactly? We don't really need the biface anymore, do we? Well, we do. No, we do need it for butchering and harvesting and stuff. We don't have access to the knives yet. That's the thing that we would need. But these guys are kind of idling around right now. No, wait, those are our traders. Never mind. Where are the adults? That's a boy. Adults? Where'd you all go? You just left all the children to hang out over here and the adults have just all disappeared? Okay, well. Hunt down some piggies whenever you get the chance, I suppose. There we go. You are carrying a wooden harpoon, but not a proper spear. Yeah, that's the thing. So that person wants to fish. So that's why not everyone is carrying any spears around. We're going to have capacity for them, but not everyone's using them. There's more ibexes and stuff that we could be hunting down. Seems fine. Okay, so I think we need to end this video here, but I think you guys have an idea of where we start with this game. There's a lot more to research, a lot of new resources that obviously you guys have not seen yet. So don't think that this is all there is. There is so much more to do. And in the future, I think I will be using some jump cuts, kind of showing you guys some new technology and stuff as it comes out, jumping between milestones. I don't want to make this game too tedious for you to watch, but I wanted to give you guys a good, solid introduction into Dawn of Man. So thank you all very much for watching. I hope you guys are excited for the continuation of this series. I know that I like this game a lot, and I'm looking forward to playing more. If so, then I would ask that you hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, make sure you hit that notify bell so you can know when new episodes are coming out, and I will see you guys next time.